Now then, guys, welcome to Troz Gaming. I'm Luke. This is Football Manager 2018 and my Leicester City Let's Play through save. Today is the last game of the season against Watford. At the minute, we're tied. Well, we're not tied. We're in 5th place, ahead of Man City on goal difference, who are in 6th place. Let's just have a quick look at the schedule, see what we have been doing. Look at this massive run of form we've had near the end of this season. It has been incredible. Last game out, you saw us beat Swansea 1-0, just pretty much in the FA Cup semi-final, to get us into the final of the FA Cup, which will not be in this episode. This episode is just going to be the end of the season, and I'm going to quickly go through what the players have been like this season, and a few bits and bobs. Right, so where to start? We played Burnley and we won 5-2. Silva has been a fine form again recently. Got himself a hat-trick, got himself another player of the match. He's done really well. I think, didn't he? No, Ben Gibson got us that. Then we played West Brom, and it was a ball 1-1 draw. And I'll take it, is West Brom are like near the bottom of the league. We should have won, but the team didn't turn up. Mahrez just managed to get the equaliser for us, and he was the best player on the pitch if you have a look at ratings-wise. So the defence kept us in it. The strikers just didn't want to be there. So, Watford today, last game of the season, before the FA Cup final. So, let's have a quick look at the team, what we're going to be doing. So, back four, pretty much how it has been all season, apart from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Tajan, but Tajan's been injured. So, it's Tajan, Holden, Gibson and Kurzawa as the left back with Lopez in goal. Midfield again, similar, Ndidi, Fellaini and Wilshere. I've changed things round for the front three. These three players are going to be the future of this club. We've got McCule. I think I'm saying it right. If not, someone let me know. Again, he came in this season. I can't remember actually putting a bid in for him, so I don't know if I bought him or one of the director of football or someone bought him in as a youngster. I can't remember. Evan Swift, we've all seen this season. He's bagged himself 12 goals. And this kid looks like he's going to be something special. Considering he's only 19... He's a 1.5-star player for this team. He scored 12 goals in the Premier League. Well, how many goals has he scored? Altogether, I think 16 goals, 5 goals non-competitive. He's had a very good season for us, and he looks like he's only going to improve. Then we've got Chris Scott, who should be better than Evan Swift, but just hasn't really got into the team. I've played him a couple of times. Well, I say a couple of times. I think 8 times now. He hasn't got a goal in the league. He scored 4 goals in the... I'm going to go FA Cup, I think he scored them in, because that's the only competition we've really been in for a while. So he scored kind of 4 goals in the FA Cup. He's coming back from injury, so he's not going to play the full match. On the bench, Jamie Vardy. I've managed to get him on another contract for just another year. I want him to stick around. He's 34. I don't want him to really... leave the club yet. Yes, I'm paying him £69,000 a week. I could have just let his contract run out and that would have been the end of him, but I want him to retire at this club. He's only featured 4 times for us this season, and then 4 times he scored 3 goals in the league, and I believe it was a hat-trick he scored for us. So, poor Jamie Vardy, he's getting on, but I want to get him on. I want him to finish this season on a high. Hopefully we're winning at the point when I bring him on. And it'll be a nice little... Well, not try for him because he's going to be around, but I want him to be like a coaching staff. I have dropped Iniacho. He's not on the bench. He's not been performing that well. I know he's now not our top goal scorer because he's kind of tailed off at the back end of the season. Silva has been banging him in for us. So, overall, I'm kind of happy with the decisions I've made. A couple of injuries. Was it Ben Chilwell's coming back? Holtby, I think he's not going to be around much longer for next season. We'll see what happens. So let's just get into this game before I start boring you all to death by talking absolute rubbish. Right, here we go. They've even got a player without a face. Is he any good? William Potter, whatever his name is, striker. Looks alright, doesn't he? Looks pretty decent. Anyway, so let's get into this game. We kind of could do with a win, really. We have a chance to qualify for Euro. Do we? I need to have a look at that. But let's tell them that. I think we've already qualified for the Europa League. I don't think... Yeah, there's no way we can get into 4th. So unless we finish 5th and one of these guys wins the Champions League, maybe we get another slot in there. I don't really know, but it'll be nice for us to get a win and finish 5th. It'll be where we finished last season. Considering the start to the season we had, which was absolutely terrible for us. I thought we were going to get sacked, to be honest with you. We were bottom of the table for, I think, the first couple of games, and they've just scored within 6 minutes. And I can't even blame the young strikers because they weren't even involved in that game. What an absolute goal for Watford here. And Watford are a bit of a bogey team for us. I had a look at beforehand. I think we've drawn 4 games with them, lost 2 and only won 1. So what a strike that was. There's no way we're keeping that out. So yeah, Watford, even though they're down in 13th place, I want us to get a result. We should do, but we haven't been able to get the results against these sort of teams, and I think that's what's costing us at the minute. If we want to win this league again, Chris Scott has just scored an absolute blinder. Sorry, what a goal that was. First league goal for Leicester City. Wilshere passes to Scott, and instead of going for a pass, he's just drilled it to that bottom left corner. What a goal for him. So, as I was saying, if we look at Man United, they're absolutely running away with this league. 93 points. They've destroyed us every time we've played them this season. And I think throughout the whole save, that is the team we need to catch if we want to win the league. And we need to do something special, I think, to try and get up there to win the league. I'm hoping we win the FA Cup in the next episode. I really do, because that's something ticked off. Something I really wanted to do for Leicester City, win the FA Cup, because they've never ever won it. And again, they've got the stat of Watford have just scored. They've got the stat of the going to the FA Cup final the most times with anyone else without actually winning it. I don't know how many times we've been in the final. I need to look that up, but yeah, so they've been to the final and not won it the most amount of times. Surely that's got to change, and hopefully it'll change against us when we face Crystal Palace. And we need to grab a goal. I don't want us to have a terrible match this match. Not really. Well, not end the season on a high and then have to go into an FA Cup final where Crystal Palace... I need to check how they're doing in the league. I don't know if they're been promoted and going to be a Premier League side again next season. And who's not having... McCure's not having a good game. Wilshere to Holding. Who's got that goal? Was that Rob Holding? Yeah, Holding. What a goal that looked like. We've absolutely thumping these goals in. That looked like it went in with some right power. So, was it a header though? Wilshere. To Rob Holding with, well, it was just a little volley, why not? Right, corner. Can we defend this? We can, they miss. I'm classing that as us defending it. If we have a look, they've had the most shots. We've had 3 shots, 3 on target, and scored 2. Conversion rate's pretty decent, isn't it? But coming up to half time, it's going to be 2-2. Chris Scott has had an actually decent game. Evan Swift's not had the great game. McCure's not had a good game. But, like I say, it's I think his first start in the league, McCure's. So, let me have a look. I am far from pleased with what I've just seen. Why not? Say that to him. Let's get him out there. Let's fire him up and hopefully we can grab the win. Lopez is going to pick them up all day long. I'm well happy with Chris Scott getting that goal. And McCure, and he had a shot and their keeper saved it. I thought everything, I've criticised him. I thought he was going to get himself a goal. Evan Swift, I think he's going to come off. He's not having a good game. I was going to kind of bank on him for the final as well, because Iheanacho's obviously not scoring. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring on Jamie Vardy. He can go as a defensive forward on support. Let's bring on Vardy. Why not, eh? And then I'm going to bring on Perez. And he's been playing as a Tracatista. So let's do that. Again, 2 nice early subs. Hopefully Jamie Vardy doesn't break and I have to sub him off. I think that's what happened to him. I think didn't he get an injury this season at the beginning of the season, and that's why I kind of didn't play him and then started playing the other two and Evan Swift due to injuries. I believe that's the reason why he hasn't really got many games and he hasn't really had a look in really. Because I was having a terrible game. I've got no one that can play at left back either at the minute, so hopefully he didn't get injured. Not a lot is going on this second half, I tell you that. What I may do is change it up. Let's take off Scott. He's had a good 77 minutes. Let's take off Fellaini because he's not been having a great game. Jamie Vardy can go as an advanced forward. I just thought I can't do what I want to do because I've already made the 2 subs. Let's bring on Mara as an inside forward. Can you play out wide there? Nope. That's just not going to work, is it, guys? That's annoying. I want to get a goal. I might bring on Mahrez as... No, we need to win the match. What am I doing? Let's bring on Silva as a complete forward on attack. He's been getting the goals for us. Go. Don't be stupid, Luke. 10 minutes to try and rescue this. But at the minute, I think Man City are drawing against Burnley as well. So that does put us in 5th place. And we'll... Again, these 2 draws have helped us. And actually, Man City are losing. Burnley's just scored. So it looks like, long as we don't... Well, even if we do lose this match now, we're still going to finish 5th. So, last game of the season, Jamie Vardy picks the ball up, finds Perez. Jamie Vardy again, out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, to Ndidi. And that's it, guys. The last pretty much game of the season... Another draw, 2-2. Not as good as I wanted it to be honest with you. That was simply not good enough. I'll tell them that. Watford are down the league. But we have finished in 5th. Same as what we did last season. There we go. 5th place, 66 points. A point ahead of Man City. But again, still quite a way behind. The top 4, 8 points off Chelsea. Well away off Manchester United. They... Despite losing at the end of the season to Arsenal lost out by a point. That is gutting for them. And I think, if we have a look at stages, hasn't Man U won it every single year since we've started? Yeah, Man U won it the first season with Arsenal finishing 2nd and Liverpool. Again, Man U winning it with Arsenal finished 2nd. Again, Manchester United winning it and Arsenal finished 2nd. And look at that again. I do really feel sorry for Arsenal right now because they're consistently finishing 2nd. Normally it's 4th place. At the minute, 2nd. And with 92 points, you'd think, 91 points, Arsenal would have won it last season with 91 points. They would have won it the season before that and the season before that. So, Man United have just had one hell of a season. And it's the team to catch. And we have qualified for the Euro Cup, which is pretty decent. So the Europa League... Again next season, and hopefully we get this FA Cup win as well, which would be nice. Right, send that. £30 million has been paid out in bonuses. Oh no, I've been given £30 million. I thought we paid that amount in bonuses. I'm about to have a heart attack. 4.6 million. Okay, that's fine. So what's that done with our finances? Because, okay, 39 million in the bank. We've been given our budget as well for next season. We've got 60 million to spend. If we have a look, yeah, just short of 60 million to spend. 2.5 million to spend on wage, which I can drop it down, and we're only spending 2 million. So I've got £500,000 to spend on wage as well. I can bring in a good couple of players. I don't really think. If we have a quick look at the squad depth. We go on, what do we want? Team report, that's what we want. Team report, squad depth. Right. Already have noticed the position we're lacking in. Striker-wise, I think Adrian Silva, I'm going to have to try and buy him. We've had him on loan twice now from Manchester City. And if you have a look, he's been sensational this season. 31 games, 21 goals, 6 assists, 7 player of the matches. He has been good for us. Obviously, it's not a goal a game, unfortunately. It'd be nice if he did get a goal a game, but it's a goal every other game. 21 goals this season. Decent. So striker-wise, yes. We've got plenty of players that can play in this role. Silva, Iheanacho. Again, he's only a young lad, 24, so he's got room to improve. He scored 21 goals as well for us in the league. I don't know how many altogether he scored. 23, isn't it? He scored altogether. So again, Iheanacho, he's 23. He's 2.5 star rated, 3 star altogether. He's done well, finishing 16. He's got room to improve. He's going to be probably part of my main strike force next season. Along with, obviously, then we've got the likes of Jamie Vardy is not really going to feature. And then the young lads, Evan Swift and Chris Scott. So striker-wise, depending if I keep Silva, if I can buy him and it's not going to cost me like 80 million or something ridiculous, dividing that we can keep him, I think we'll be sorted striker-wise. Attacking midfield roles like left and right, we've got Mahrez, we've brought in Toledo, we've got Damari Gray. Again, a young talent, he can play up front. I want to really train him so he can play up front, so he can fit into with his dribbling is 16, his finishing we need to up a little bit. I think he'd be a good striker. Obviously, he's a very good winger. And if I want to start playing the 4-2-3-1 formation, need to look for options. Then we've got Toledo, obviously, we've bought in. Again, a very, very good winger. Finishing needs sorting out, though, because at 7, it's dreadful, really. What else? So, I think the attacking kind of roles is thereabouts sorted. Midfield, like the centre of midfield, we've got Wilfred Ndidi, who is an absolute superstar at this club, and if we manage to keep him, and if the likes of, in my eyes, Real Madrid, PSG, Barcelona should be coming in for this guy. I think Man City Man City, Monaco and Bayern. Out of them clubs, I can't see him going to Man City because they finished below us. So if he wants to go there, he can bore off because that's just ridiculous. Monaco, I don't know how they've done this season. Can I click on that and find out how Monaco have done? They are second in the league, so they'll be in the Champions League. And then Bayern Munich. So out of all them clubs, and they finished third this season, out of all them clubs, if I was going to let him go to any one of them, it would definitely be Bayern Munich. But it'd have to be for a lot of money. You're looking 50, 60 million mark for him. I don't want anything less. Felix as well. Well, I didn't do the central attacking role. We know I kind of went a bit crazy on that role the beginning of the transfer season this season. We brought in Felix, Perez, Armstrong, who didn't really feature that much, Armstrong, as much as I wanted him to. He's 29. How many games? 22 games. He was a 6.74 rating, 2 assists. So he didn't perform as well as I thought he did. He did come from Celtic. So it's a bit of a step up from the Scottish League to the Premier League. So hopefully next season he'll do well. He can fill it in quite nicely. Jack Wilshere as well, the captain. Bear in mind, again, he's a 4.5-star player. He's 29. He's at his potential where he should be. And he has been an absolute superstar for us. 36 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists, 2 player of the match. I thought his assists should be more, playing him as an advanced playmaker. Goal-wise, he scored some important goals. Them 3 goals. Yeah, he has scored them. I think he's won us a game with one of them goals. 7.24 rating. He's been solid in midfield and has been a good captain for us. Who else we got in midfield? Again, Holtby didn't really play much this season. Fellaini played a lot. I don't know why. Also, I was just mainly looking at squad depth and looking at roles of where I wanted to buy for next season. I've kind of now going into the player analysis. Well, I should have done the squad screen, but oh well, we'll have a look at it this way. Fellaini, 33. I bought him in because I needed a ball-winning midfielder. 2 seasons ago, was it? Yeah, 2 seasons ago for 6 million. And he's had a bit of a worse off-season this season, 6.86 rating, 22 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. Solid, not as good. He's not what I want at the club, really. I think I'm going to look to get rid of him, and I need to bring in a proper ball-winning midfielder. Who that will be, I don't know, because I need to have a look. Lewis Holtby, again, he's 30, he's getting on. He's only played 12 games this season. He featured a lot when we brought him in on free. He had a really good season for us, but then we brought in Wilshere as well, which kind of overtaken him. So I think Holtby as well I'm going to look to get rid of. So it might be an opening to get a couple more central midfield players, because other than that, we've got Perez that we can play, we've got Armstrong that can play in them roles, but we definitely need like a good ball winning midfielder, I think. Let's have a look then. So scrolling it down, defence. This is where I still think we're proper gonna struggle. We've got now 2 central midfielders which have performed out of the skin again this season. Ben Gibson, he's 28. He is getting on now though, so I'm gonna have to think about maybe replacing him. He's played near enough every single game for us this season. 38 appearances on a 7.13 rate, 7.13 rating. He's been class for us. He's had 2 goals, one assist, 1 player of the match, and again, he's been good. I bought him for 23 million, and he's been worth every penny of that 23 million. And I don't know, how much is he worth now? He's only worth godsend for me to bring him in. And that first couple of seasons with Harry Maguire, sensational. And then if we have a look, Rob Holding as well. Bought him in, was it this season he came in? Was it last season? Bought him in last season. Obviously, he didn't feature as much because we had Harry Maguire and he was slowly building. He's only a young lad, 16 million, but he's played again 28 games for us, got a couple of goals, 7.5 rating. He's turned it around. I was worrying about him at one point, but again, he's established he's a decent centre-back for us. At 25 years old, he's got a good few years left in him. Other than that, centre-back-wise, this is where I'm going to struggle. Because Wilfred Ndidi apparently is our 3rd best centre-back. It's just very worrying. We've got Los Santos, who I bought in, and he hasn't played for us at all this season. He's not even really been on the bench. He didn't play for us when we brought him in. We loaned him out last season. Went back to Brazil, 13 games. How old is he? 22. So he's young. Tackling 13. He's just a good backup, really. And then I bought in that... Who did I bring in? That Danilo, was it? Danilo, this guy. He's more of a defensive midfielder at 25. He's got good stats. I think he's, tackling 14. His strength. Everything looks good for him to be a defender. He is on 70k a week, which is the worrying part. I bought him in for 8 million. I'm going to look to get rid of him. I didn't realise he was on that much money, to be honest with you. £70,000 a week is ridiculous for a player that's not even going to be in the team. And no wonder he hasn't complained about not playing. So another centre-back, definitely what I need. Left-back, we've got Kazawa, we've got Chilwell, and we've got Nick James. Nick James has obviously been on loan this season, and I should have recalled him really, because West Brom have only played him 3 times. He's been featuring in their under-23s a lot. So it depends. I'm going to see what he looks like when he comes back from development, but they've not really played him, so I'm not happy with that loan. Right back options, again, we've got Tajan, who's had an excellent season for us. Again, he's improved a lot. He's been at the club for 3 seasons now. This season, definitely his best by far. 7.35 rating, 5 assists, 24 appearances, 2 player of the matches. Exactly the kind of right back that I wanted. Trent Alexander-Arnold, was it the first season we brought him in? He's 22, so he's still got a lot of room to go to improve. He's only 2.5 star. Potential 3 star, which I think's wrong. If you look at his stats, he's looking class, but he can play all the way up this side of the right hand side near enough, and he can play in the centre if we need him to. So he's going to be a good kid. We paid 38 million for him as well, and that first season he played near enough all of it for us, and then 13 games last season, 18 games this season. Yeah, it's. I know we've done it for 4 seasons. He was on loan actually at Middlesbrough, so he's done all right. He's a lot of improvement needs to be made with him, but his actual physicals are decent. His tackling's good. His dribbling's excellent. His crossing's excellent. So yeah, he's one for the future definitely. So maybe another backup right back, because we've only got 4 people that can play there. And we've seen this season with Tajani's picked up a few injuries, Trent Alexander-Arnold's picked up a few injuries. I'm having to play like Ndidi and other people back here. And then goalkeeper-wise, Lopez has just been shutting everyone out. He even shut Kasper Schmeichel out last season. 38 games. I think he's played every single game apart from a couple of cup matches. He's conceded 58 goals, worse than what he did last season, but I think that was just down to the defence really at the beginning of the season with Holding and Gibson trying to get a partnership going. So it's been alright. We could probably get better. I don't know if I want to look to get better or look to get a young goalkeeper. And then I bought in this David Raya, who's 25. Again, he's probably just as good as Lopez. He's not featured in the Premier League at all. He's played 2 cup matches, and that's probably just because I've forgotten to swap over the goalkeepers when it comes to the FA Cup and all that sort of stuff. So in the summer, it looks like I'm going to be trying to sign another right back, maybe another midfielder depending on who goes. Striker wise, if we keep Silva, then I'll probably leave that strike force as it is, unless I can get someone else better in there as well. There's a couple of youngsters that I may want to bring in. I've looked at that are scoring a few goals, but I'm going to see. I might try and keep Silva because he's been good for us, let's say. So that's that. So if we have just a quick look, because I'm going for this one, let's just have a look at the average ratings and see who's on top for the season, shall we? And it's Tajan. He's out injured. He's been our best player so far this season. So again, let's have a look. How many games has he played? 24 games. He's been class. Then Mahrez as well. Surprisingly, our second best player at 30. £135,000 a week is probably the... Yeah, we're probably paying him the most as well to be at this club. If we have a look, again, he's played a lot more games actually, I thought, than he had. To be honest, I thought he played a lot less than that. 31 games he's played for us this season. How many of us subs though? A lot. Here we go. Yeah, if we have a look. He started 9 games, 22 games have come off the bench. Within them 22 games coming off the bench, he's got 7 goals, 7 assists, 1 player of the match, and a 7.18 rating. I should be playing Mahrez a lot more. I should be playing him out wide. But we've seen it hasn't really worked when we've been playing out wide, using wingers. First season he did alright because we played him in like the inverted winger role and it worked. So yeah, need to find a way of getting into the team a little more. Then Silva is up there, 7.9. Damari Gray's on loan, but again he must have had a decent. Let's have a look at his loan because that's gone up, that's shot up. So he's only played 6 games for Watford as well. I don't understand that. 6 games for Watford. He's been on loan for half the season. These loans have been terrible. I need to look at what I'm doing loan-wise. Iniacho, 7.27 rating, grabbing himself 23 goals, done well. Perez Wiltshire, Evan Swift, in my eyes, has been definitely the youngster of this season. 20 games, 8 goals, 3 assists, 1 player of the match. Good. Obviously not a goal a game or not a goal every other game, but he's come in when the other strikers haven't been playing well. Top goal scorer-wise, Silva with 25, Iniacho with 23, then it's Mahrez, Evan Swift, Perez, Jamie Vardy with 6 goals still though. Chris Scott managed to get himself 5 goals for that last goal of the season, indeed. So the team overall, I think, is, as I wouldn't say performed how I expected them to be. And have we got any youngsters coming through the ranks? Let's have a look. So McCure, okay, yeah, he's playing for the under-23s as well. So we know about this lad. Tom Easton, again, another attacking midfield player. We've got so many attacking midfield players. It's unreal, really. And if we have a look, we've got some deadwood that we probably need to look to get rid of. they're not really costing a lot, so I'll probably just let them run the contracts down. The under-18s, anyone that's here that's shining out? Yes. Ben, right back, here we go. Allingham. He ain't going to be anywhere near the first team anytime soon. He looks decent, but he's 16. He can be, what, a potential 3.5 star? 4-star player? If we do right by him, he could be our right back in the future. And with probably when I'm going to say Trent Alexander-Arnold's coming to the end of his career, maybe. This guy might be coming into it. We'll see how it is. So, all in all, we've got the FA Cup final to play next, which will be in just my next episode. All I'm going to do is the FA Cup final, so it might be a short episode. Fingers crossed we'll be celebrating at the end of it. And it's been a good season. I said it was going to be hard because if we have a look at the start of the season, we went 1, 2, 3 games without a win. Managed to get a win against Bournemouth, and then I think the Europa League, we weren't prepared for it this season. I think because we were in Europe, and it feels like such a long time ago, because we were in Europe, I think the league definitely struggled. As soon as we got out of Europe and knocked out of the Carabao Cup, we went on a bit of a run. We had a bit of a poor bit round in January time, a couple of losses and stuff. But then we hadn't lost a game since the 20th of February. So we're on a massive, massive unbeaten run, which is incredible. Hopefully, Crystal Palace do not end this unbeaten run. And so look, they finished second in the Championship. So they are... Let's have a look. They've been promoted. Who else has been promoted? I don't want stages. I want league table. Let's have a look. Middlesbrough went up, got promoted as champions, and then by quite a bit, 98 points. And then Crystal Palace looks like they scraped it on the last day of the season. It's going to be a tough game, I think. So, guys, I've bored you enough at the end of this episode. So sorry, guys. Thanks if you have stuck around, and I want to say thank you very much for the new subscribers as well. I think I'm up to 30 now. Probably a massive thanks to Billsy because he did a 100 subscriber special and did mention me on that. So if you've come through watching his video, just leave a comment down below and say that's where you found us. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode. See you in a bit. Bye.